in the Garden by Carol Lerner is a particular favorite of mine. And I'm going to introduce you to another term of the Everybody books, Endpapers. That's what these 2 pages are, Endpapers. And in this book, they're very relevant because all the butterflies that you're going to see in the text are labeled here. So you can turn back to here, the front ones, and you can turn to the back of the book and get the names of the bees. This is talking about the butterflies and what we can do to help their habitat. Well, you can plant a perennial garden. Also in this book, the flowers are labeled, such as daylily, coneflower, allium, marigold, joe pye. Those are all perennials. Butterflies are a very special species. They cannot hover like a bumblebee or like a helicopter. A butterfly needs a large, flat surface to land. And then they have this special instrument built into their body called the proboscis. That's this long, slender thing right here. And that is put down to inside the flower, down in here, to get the nectar. And then when they aren't getting nectar, it coils up into this tight little ring at the bottom of their mouth. Children like big words. And I found that children like to repeat the word proboscis. Then here, there are so many different kinds of butterflies. There are gossamer wings. They're small and colorful. Many are bright blue, red, or orange. Brush butterflies. They're all labeled here, as well as the flowers. Cosmos, nasturtiums, marigolds that the butterflies use for their energy. An important thing to remember is to have your perennial garden have fresh nectar sources throughout the gardening year. So we all think of the spring, where we come out with our new spring flowers. Black-eyed Susans last into the fall, and so do northern asters. Northern asters don't bloom until late August and early September. So they are a particularly important garden extension plant to have. And then you have the butterfly bush. Now, butterflies need water, like we all do, but they will not drink out of moving water or rippling water. So if you have a bird bath, it's possible you could put a large rock, medium-sized rock in there to give the butterfly something to land on so it can drink. And there's a little activity you can do with the children, and you can make a puddle. Take a very shallow dish, like an aluminum pie plate or something, fill it with very fine sand, and then add enough water just so it shimmers on the top. Then place rocks around it so that the butterfly has something to land on, and that is where they will drink. Many times after a rainstorm, you might see a butterfly on your driveway or sidewalk near a puddle or at a puddle on the concrete. That has important nutrients. It has salt, as well as the sand has salt, and it's released into the water. You can also put mashed up bananas in a shallow dish. That gives them the necessary sugars for energy. But butterflies in the garden, you can make your own habitat. One thing that's important is to plant a plant source that they use to lay their eggs on. Monarchs only lay their eggs on milkweed. like right here. Swallowtails like parsley and a carrot, the tops of carrots. Here's thistle, and notice the caterpillars. Do not destroy these caterpillars. These caterpillars are our friends. Then the butterflies will lay these tiny, tiny eggs. Sometimes you can't even see them. They're a pearly white on the stems of their host plant. And their caterpillar will grow there. Here's its tiny, medium, and now it's creating its chrysalis there. And eventually, it will come out the top and fly away. Butterflies in the garden, they are such gentle, lovely, delicate creatures. You can easily create your own habitat and attract many butterflies.